Welcome back, you sexy unit! My name is Misty slash Chronexia, and we are doing every single entry of the spring lineup for this season. I hope you're excited as much as I am, because I spent all day yesterday looking through this bitch, and we're gonna talk about everything that this season has to offer. Thank you so much if you just joined in. I'm just gonna let a little bit of rambling at first so everyone has a little bit of time to join the party. I'm gonna sip some coffee and we're gonna have a good time. I can promise you this. Now I'm gonna go through the lineup via my anime list because they have absolutely everything listed on one page, so it's more convenient this way. I'm gonna keep a track of a chat. So as usual, every donation, every super member that joins the elite, always super welcome. Especially because it was my birthday this week. So yeah, it's a little bit of a late birthday party we're doing together, and yeah, essentially we're just gonna have a good time talking about everything that we have in store. Don't hesitate if you have stuff in the chat that you want me to sidetrack on, more or less, depending on what you're into. We're gonna talk about everything. I mean, there are some anime that are just not out yet. I was trying to phrase this in a way, but like Attack on Titan season 3 part 2 is not out yet, but as from what I can recall, it's still done by Wit Studio, so I think they won't fuck it up. I don't think they're gonna do a One Punch Man out of it. So yeah, we're gonna go through everything. Thank you so much for the kind happy birthday wishes. That was super exciting. I was watching like the last anime of the week where I mentioned it, and like I got over 400 comments of just people wishing me happy birthday. So thank you so much for that. I really read through all of them. Sometimes you just can't reply to everyone because otherwise I would do that all day. But I do read everything, so thank you so much for everything. So we are gonna start off with the very first one for this season. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this bitch. One Punch Man, second season. We are gonna have a lot to say about this one. I watched it when it aired, like as soon as it dropped. I watched it because I knew it was gonna have like a lot of backlash. I knew about all the stuff that happens behind the scene. Essentially, what happened is that season one was made by Madhouse, but it was also supervised by the anime director Natsume Shingo Natsume, and he is one of the biggest name in the anime industry. He's essentially like, if you know Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli, he kind of has that level of stature. So he's well respected by everyone. He has a lot of connections, and essentially what happened is that either he wasn't interested in doing season two, or he was too tired, it was too exhausting doing season one and just wanted to move to another project, or he just had something else going on. But at the same time, essentially what happened is that he is not the one in charge of doing season two. Season two is done by Sakurai Chikara, which has done, he's done some stuff, Hano Natsude Materu, but nothing that's tremendously well acclaimed. Seikan no Kaiser, it's famous, but it's more infamous than famous. He did one episode of Food Wars, Taboo Tattoo, which are like, they're all titles that are not that good. So I think that played out a huge role in One Punch Man season two. So a lot of people have seen the first episode. Personally, what I think of season two, I liked it. I noticed the loss of quality, the details that it's not bad. It's worse than it was in season one, but it's still very passable. As a person that that's trying to make an anime, I can see like all the effort and all the work that's gone into it. But you can't put it against someone that has so much stature in the industry and a newcomer that just goes in to do something like it was against the card to begin with. So I think essentially the spirit of One Punch Man is still there. The comedy is just as good as it was in season one. The characters are all just as fun. The only point is you lost a little bit of quality. Does that make it a terrible show? Absolutely not. I think it's still super tremendous. However, like, I get it. People are just wanting the same thing they got in season one, but this is not gonna happen. So expect a little bit of lost quality throughout the visuals. But overall, I mean, the story's gonna be the same. The characters are gonna be just as likable. It's just the visual that's gonna change a little bit. The soundtrack is just as good. Everything is still on point. Like, it's just a change of studio and the director that went with it. So yeah, that was my 2 cents on One Punch Man. Don't worry, they won't be as extensive as this one was. I'm also gonna keep an eye on chat, as I said. So if you guys have anything in mind that you want me to cover more, please let me know. Hey, we got our first donation. Happy late birthday. Happy to be on another of your stream. Last stream I got to see was y'all hitting shots to raise money for your anime. Yeah, I mean, it's always happening. I keep it on the down low because I don't want to have people pressure me into releasing stuff that is not ready. But we're still working on it. Just don't worry about it. But thank you so much for the donation. It's really appreciated. It helps the channel. So, yeah, that was One Punch Man. If you just join in and you missed my opinion, don't hesitate to come back to the stream. It's going to be archived later on, so you can just go back and hear me talk about it. I know it's what people really wanted me to mention the most, so that's why I went through it at the beginning of the stream. So if you just joined in and you missed it, don't hesitate to go back in time. Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 is not out yet. I haven't seen it, as I am to the whims of everybody else. It's still done by Wit Studio. I still expect it to be just as good. But it's not out at the moment. Do I ever see Gintama? Yeah, I've seen Gintama. I think it's terrific, and every season as they release new episodes, I'm always excited. There's no season for this spring lineup, but yeah, as far as they've released the stuff, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's really good. I am gonna go through all of them, so if you're wanting me to talk about a specific one, just wait until we get to it. The next one on the list is Kimetsu no Yaiba. Not gonna lie, it took a little bit before I actually got into it. I saw the first episode and I was like, cool, it's a guy in the snow. And then the opening happened and I was like, oh fuck yeah, sign me the fuck up for this one. Kimetsu no Yaiba, slow first episode. Premise kind of similar to Pupa. So if you've seen Pupa, what's my thought on Diamond no Ace? I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna go through all of them. So we'll get to them. Kimetsu no Yaiba. I like the setting. I like the fact that it's set in the mountain and the snow. It's not a theme that you see a lot. It's done by Ufotable, the guys that did Fate Stay Night, the Unlimited Blade Works, so you can rest assured that the visuals are going to be absolutely stellar. Hey Misty, have you seen Shinsekai Yori? Yeah, I think it's one of the greatest anime ever made. One of them. How good is Umaru-chan in your opinion? 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best? It's about a 0, a 0.5 maybe. If you twist my, I fucking hate it. I think she's unbearable, and I don't like. Do I like Hunter x Hunter? Absolutely. I think it's one of the greatest anime as well. So yeah, along with Shinsekai Yori. So back to Kimetsu no Yaiba. I think it's one of the hypest anime that we have this season. It's gonna probably, because the fact it has like 26 episodes, I believe, is gonna really flesh out the characters and the story. I'm not too keen about the demon sister thing. I think it's too much pupa, but I haven't read the manga. I'm sure there's gonna be a fun twist on it. We'll see. Right now, I like the visuals. I like the story as much as it gets, but I need more more stuff to get around to it. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, so it's a little tricky to get talking. Have I heard about Black Hole San? Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, it was on everyone's timeline, so yeah, no, I heard about it. Busby Gaming with a donation. Happy late birthday, and thanks for all of the anime I have seen from your You're welcome. Thank you so much. I'm hoping you're gonna be able to pick up anything from this list. Right now, One Punch Man, Kimetsu no Yaiba, definitely worth checking out if you're interested in them. And we're gonna get through the rest. Isekai Quartet. I don't hate it, but I can't recommend it for people who have not seen every single one of the anime the characters are from. So from left to right, you got Overlord, Konosuba, you got Yojo Senki, and ReZero. If you have not seen all four of these anime, I can't recommend you to watch it. The comedy is great. The characters, they're the same as they are in the show. It's a chibi version, but it's interaction between all of them, and I think it's pretty fun. But if you have not seen the original it's from, you're gonna miss out a lot of the nuance it has to offer. Especially since it's in chibi format, a lot of people are gonna rip on that. So I don't know. Shokugeki no Soma. I wish they would finish the fucking art that started. It just ended in the middle of the competition. I'm like, dude, what kind of cockblock cliffhanger is this bullshit? What about the teacher and student ecchi anime? Oh, we're gonna get to that one. Boy, do I have a lot to say about this bitch. But yeah, Isekai Quartet, interesting anime, very fun comedy, lighthearted, slice of life ish. Except if you have not seen the original, you're not gonna appreciate it as much as someone who has. Moving on to Fruits Basket. Wow, this one, like, first of all, it came out of the left field. I never expected them to do a reboot of the series. It's like 18 years later, so the visual tremendously improved. Seems like it's the same story except more, more relying on the manga, like actually following it accurately, as opposed to what it did with the original. I think we're getting a case of Full Metal Alchemist / Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So if you like the concept of Fruit Basket, sorry, if you like the concept of Fruit Basket and you've seen the first one, my favorite Zodiac. Oh, I don't know. I like the rat. The rat guy was kind of cool. Favorite Zodiac in general? Aries. That's a different one. That always joke. But yeah, no. Fruit Basket, tremendous improvement over the original one. If people didn't get to it back then, I think it's gonna be a great occasion to start it. Bungo Stray Dogs season 3. I haven't seen season 2, so I didn't start watching season 3. But I'm told it is just as good as the rest, so if not even better. So I think if you were enjoying this supernatural detective agency, you're gonna be really into that one. I do hope Tokyo Mew Mew gets the same treatment as Totomet Lucky Man and Slither. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I mean, do you mean a reboot? Tokyo Mew Mew as a reboot could be interesting, but I'm not really sure if it would happen. Favorite Greek god in Smite? Aphrodite. She was who I was playing. In general, favorite Greek god? Probably, I mean, he's more of a titan, but Kronos. And essentially Atlas, although you can't really, or I wouldn't really put it as a god, but yeah, Atlas is my favorite one. Rate which is most important in a good anime: story, visual, music, characters, story, pacing. I think story is what's most important. After that, uh, characters kind of fall in the same category as story for me. Music kind of has a more important influence than visual. After that, visual. After that, pacing. Will I make another long list of anime that you must see but went under the radar, like Shinsekai Yori? Probably, eventually. I mean, it's probably on my things to do, but how much did you miss? About 5 entries so far. We've talked about One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Isekai Quartet, Fruit Basket. Those are the one we covered. No, we also did Bungo Straight Up. Next up, we have Fairy Gone. Mm, I don't know about this one. I feel like it could have potential to get something done, but at the level it is right now, it's just not. Because I don't want to give it a bad rep, because I do believe it has potential. It's just like a slow build into it. I don't think it's gonna be a high score girl scenario where everyone hated it at first and then eventually everyone loved it. Or Land of the Lustrous kind of happened the same thing. Faragon is. I don't know. What do you guys think about Faragon? Was it good? Favorite isekai anime right now is the Rising of the Shield Hero. What is my five favorite anime? Cardcaptor Sakura, Hunter x Hunter, Food Wars, Hitman Reborn, and the fifth one's usually a flex pick, but Monster. Yeah. What anime series or franchise do you think is the hardest, most confusing? A lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but Steins Gate was really tricky for me to get into, because it took me like a few episodes before I actually got what was going on. I'm not sure if it's because I was distracted or I was just not really getting it, but Steins Gate kind of had me a little confused about the whole premise. But I think that's also the case for a lot of people. Do you generally watch ongoing or just watch one episode and then finish when it's done? Essentially, what I do is usually that I watch the first episode. If I like it, if I'm really enjoying it, I'm gonna keep watching it. Otherwise, I just wait until the season is done and then I'm gonna binge everything that kind of matters. That's kind of what I'm doing with last season. I think I'm up to fall right now. I'm watching a Run with the Wind, which is tremendously good right now. So yeah, I'm about halfway through the anime. I think I'm episode 10. It's really good. Um, I'm waiting till episode 3 before I decide. Yeah, essentially it's kind of what people normally do. You give it a three episodes rule, and if by episode 3 you don't like it, you drop it. Misty, I must inform you that I just cut my bangs and I regret everything. Oh no! I give it 3 weeks. It's gonna grow back. It's gonna be less worse. Just cut Misty's bang, and I was like, "What have you done?" She cut it way too short, so now she had like kind of a boy bang, boy bang situation. I mean, she did that like a month ago, so it doesn't show anymore. But yeah. um. Next, we have Kenja no Mago. Oh, I watched this one, and it's an isekai anime. I mean, kinda. It started off in our world with a kind of similar to the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Businessman, he dies, and then he gets reborn in a new world where he's a baby, and he grew up under the tutelage of Merlin, and he learned the magic through him, and he's really good at it. Here's how I feel about this. I feel like if whoever made the story gave the synopsis to a teenager, and he was like, make your dream world about everything you like. So he was like, okay, I want an OP protagonist in a new world where he's the best and he kicks ass, and every girls love him, and he goes into a school, but he's the best, and so that's kind of my take. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think visually it's really cool. I just don't see the point in making him so strong. But I don't know. It's one of those shows that I need to see more episodes to see where it's gonna go. Some people say the manga's bad. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. It's not close to the time I was reading. I mean, not in terms of quality. I mean, in terms of premise, where the guy starts as a office worker and then he dies and then he gets reborn in the new world. So yeah, no, I haven't rolled the dice on Kenja no Mago yet. I'm gonna wait and see. Right now, could be good, but could also be kind of stupid at some point. So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about Kenja no Mago. Kind of, yeah. It's okay to be strong. Sure, but why do you need to make him so much better than the rest is what I'm not getting. Like, you could have made him just decent. You could have made him one of the best, but make him so much stronger than Merlin himself sounds far-fetched a little for me. Why is my face fat, baldy? Probably because I'm a dad now. So, that's probably the reason. Also, I'm old now. I'm 31, so probably has to play a role in it. It's lazy writing, kind of. Yeah. No, I'm behind it. It's like I said. I feel like it was given to a teenager and was writing his first story. It was like, yeah, just make everything OP and he's a badass. I don't get it. Will I time tag everything in the description? I hadn't planned on it, but now that you're telling me about the idea, I think it's a good thing. So yeah, I probably will. Thoughts on Promise to Neverland? Promise to Neverland was really good. I'm excited to see the next season when it comes out. I thought it would be a little bit more fast paced. I did not expect what they did with one of the character. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but one of the main character did not expect to do that. If you've seen the anime, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my take on Neverland. Really good. Okay, moving on to We Never Learn. We Never Learn is an anime that sorry. Is an anime. Oh, hold that thought. Happy belated birthday! Thank you so much, Lee Manges. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Thank you very much. Very kind. We Never Learn is an anime that I have in manga because I did a project with Viz Media, the company that has the licensing for the manga of We Never Learn, which is based on a Shonen Jump series. They're the one that doing the translation here in the West. I read the manga, really liked it. And then the anime, they kind of changed some stuff about it. The manga has a little bit more lewd scenes in it, a little bit more ecchi to go through it. And it seems like they're focusing more on the actual story, which is essentially a teenager that is promised a scholarship if he can help the two genius girl study and learn the opposite field that they're master of. So there's one girl who's really good in literature and she sucks in mathematics, and the other girl is the opposite. She sucks at literature and she's good in mathematics. And they both want to go in the field they suck. So he has to teach them, but they're really, really bad at it. So it's a harem. It's a rom-com. I hope he's gonna pick a girl at the end, but I feel like he's not. So that's kind of a watch the first episode. If you like it, keep watching. But if not, just watch the last one, and you're gonna have a good sample of the story. I don't know. I like it. I think the comedy is good. I think the characters are fun, and we'll have to see and where it's gonna go. overall, I don't hate it. I think it's an interesting one. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in. Thank you so much for the kind birthday wishes. Really appreciate it. Are there a current recent anime that you love so much you bought the manga to read the rest? I did that with My Hero Academia because it was so popular and trending. I felt I was needed to know about it. Um, Besides that, no, not really. I'm not really a manga guy, so keep to the anime mostly. I don't have that much time. How many anime have I watched now? Different franchise, probably around 3,000, give or take. I watch a lot of stuff. I watch too much stuff. It's bad, really. Please send help. Um, we Never Learn is just like Quintuplet. Yes, I agree. It's exactly the same premise, except instead of having sisters, they're unrelated. Next one. Next one we have Why You Here Teacher. Nande Koko ni Sensei ga. Hold that thought. We got another donation. I won your Made in Abyss. Thanks for them and your inspiration tonight. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed the movie if you managed to go. So I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much for the donation. As anime run out of new ideas, no, they're gonna keep coming with new stuff. There's a lot of people in Japan that just brings up new ideas. That'd be the same as saying like as literature ran out of stuff. Probably not. We know. Sorry, we moved on. Why You Here, Teacher is an ecchi anime about a teacher and a student that have like through fate they have a forced relationship, as in they're meeting more and more. The first episode is divided in two sub episode, I'd say, where he meets the teacher in the boys' bathroom because she's there to take a piss, and plot decided it was a good idea to go in the boys' bathroom. And he walk in on her in there, and then there's some shenanigans about the locks that's just broken, and she's trying to hold it in, but eventually she fails. It's ecchi rom com ish. After that, there's a mini episode arc where the teacher is in the nursery and she has a fever, and the only medicine he has is a I don't know how they're called in English. I think it's a suppository where you put it like through the butts, and it's dumb. I mean, no, it's stupid. This is just it's just plain stupid. What are my thoughts about Gangsta? Did you saw it? Yeah, I did. I think it's a really good one. Um, if Manglobe had to leave out the anime world, I think it's a good note to end on because it was their last one they made. Is it a short film? It is a short anime. It has 12 episodes, but they're all gonna be weekly release. So yeah, I don't know. It's fan service at the rawest format. So it's stupid. Everything is censored, by the way, mind you. So you don't see anything. You don't see any genital. You don't even see any boobs. You just it is implied, and they have like pre-made censored on them. Sometimes stupid is all you need to have fun. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching it because of how ludicrous it was. So yeah. Wasn't there when I checked last. Did it update or what? Probably. I think it came out earlier this week. I think it came out Monday. Yeah, April 8th. So yeah, Monday. 13-minute episodes, but in that episode there's two episodes, so like 6-minute episodes, kind of. What was your thoughts on the semi last episodes of Sword Art Online season 3? I haven't seen it. I'm told it was good. I'm hoping it is the case. Next one, Sawayaki Kitsune no Senko-san. Translate to the Helping Fox Senko-san. If you've seen Dragon Maid, Kobayashi Sanshi no Dragon Maid, It's exactly the same thing, except instead of a dragon, you got a fox spirit. The anime is cool. It's relaxing. Um, it's essentially a fox spirit that comes to the real world, and she takes care of the main character, which is an overwork, nearly suicidal. Uh, I think he's a programmer. I mean, I saw him do some programming stuff, so it's not really clear what he's doing. He's essentially a salary man. Have I talked about Kimetsu? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. And the fox girl is taking care of him by like making him lunch and giving him tea and then letting him fluff her tails and stuff like that. It's slice of life ish. It's kind of atmospheric, where it's just meant for you to relax and enjoy this. I like it, but I'm not sure how you can do 12 episodes about it. So unless they introduce more characters, which I think they're gonna do, um, kind of like they did with Dragon Maid, I think they're gonna have a really cool approach for this one. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes. Would I recommend Dragon Maid? Yes, absolutely. It's kind of like Kitsune-san here, except it's dragon flavored. So if you like one, you're gonna love the other. They're exactly the same spirit in itself. Hey Misty, thanks for last stream. Really helped me out. I can't read, so any dub English anime this season, please. Happy birthday! Thank you so much. There's nothing that has been dubbed yet. There's gonna be a lot that are gonna be picked up. I'm 90% sure they're gonna dub Attack on Titan for sure. One Punch Man is very likely they're gonna do it as well. For the rest, the companies are still like trying to get the licensing. So right now, I don't know. I've seen a lot from Sentai Filmworks that are working on it, so I'm not allowed to reveal what they're gonna pick up. But there are some titles that they're gonna dub for sure. Funimation as well. They are linked to some of the entries, so you can expect some, but they haven't been disclosed yet, so I can tell you. Dragon Maid season 2 coming soon. Possibly, yeah. I haven't looked into it, but seems like believable. Next one on the list, we have Midara na Ao-chan wa Benkyo ga dekinai, which translates to Ao-chan never study, can't study, or something like that. Um, how can I put it? Take the teacher sensei one and we never learned, put them together, and that's kind of the ambience you're gonna get with this one. Ao-chan is an anime where a girl has been. She's the daughter of an erotic novel writer. And what she does is essentially go to school and she want to focus on her studies so she can move away from him because he is ruining her life. The anime is. It's good. Can't really like the comedy is fun. The characters seem interesting. It seems like your generic rom com. What I would recommend people to do is like watch the censor one. The censor. The yeah, it is censor. The sensei one and the Ao-chan back to back. So together you have like the span of one full episodes, and essentially they have the same spirit in itself. So have I seen the teaser trailer for Kanata no Astra? I don't think so. I don't. Is that the one with the weather thing? If it is, then yes, I've seen that and it looks fantastic. But I'm not sure if it's the one you're talking about. No, Nisekoi season 3. I mean, I saw the ending of Nisekoi and I'm okay with it. I don't really need the season like in the anime format for it, but I wouldn't put it against them. Maybe they're gonna finish the story. Sorry about that. Mm-mm-mm. All right, next one on the list we have Carole and Tuesday. Probably my favorite one this season. I there's something about this one that is just absolutely amazing. Carole and Tuesday is a story that happens on Mars in the future. Mars has been colonized and it has been turned into a location where people go there to have a new beginning. And you have Tuesday, which is the blonde girl. She is from a wealthy family, but she runs away. And you have Carole, that is a an up and coming girl that is into music. They're both into music, by the way. Arnold Martinez with a donation. Why do you hate Mine from the Rising Shield Hero? Why does everybody hate Mine? Is your question. She is how you would put it, a straight up cunt. And no, Mine is a character that I like to hate. I like the way that she's done as an antagonist, and if she wasn't there, I think the characters wouldn't struggle as much, and it could be a little more boring. But the fact that she's around and she's just being straight up bitch, and I like hating there. I like hating her. Mesh, happy birthday! And are you gonna do an update video for Black Clover? Yes and no. I mean, I'm not gonna do another drunk stream. Well, drunk video about it because that fucked me up too much. But I can probably do like I have to watch more episodes, and right now I'm like about 20 something episodes in, so I have to get back into it. But I have so many other animes that I have to keep up with, so I'm not really sure when that's gonna be. But thank you so much, both of you, for the donation. It's really appreciated. Back to Carole and Tuesday. They eventually meet up, and the soundtrack for Carole and Tuesday is literally giving me shivers every time they do a new song. Um, it's got reference to actual song. The first episode is in reference to True Colors by Cyndi Lauper, which has also been covered by Phil Collins and several other peoples. Bubble Tea, $1. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, Carole Tuesday, currently my favorite anime after watching the first episode. If you enjoy your Lion April, pick this one up. Absolutely pick this one up. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. The visuals, stunning. The soundtrack, even better. Characters are fun. Cannot recommend it enough. The premise is also very rich. And if it ends with a really cool ending, I think this is going to be one of the all-time best anime ever. Same as Your Lie in April, just as good. Do I watch Shokugeki? Yeah, I did when it was airing. Now I'm waiting for the next season, so I'm hoping they're going to do one. But I've heard the manga kind of had a decline in popularity, so I'm not really sure if they're going to do another one. Misty, by the way, where my first sub, also Data Life Season 3 opinion. I haven't seen Data Life Season 3. I have only stopped at Season 2, and I was waiting for it to be done airing before I watched the next season. So, looking forward to it. I think I've heard good stuff about it. So, Carrie Bingeman, happy birthday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have been rocking it. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are amazing. Next one on the list. Hitoribocchi no Marumaru Seikatsu. I'm gonna be honest, I started watching this anime, hated it, really hated it, but I grit my teeth and I stick through the first episode, and by the end, I liked it. I was afraid it was gonna be like a recap of Watamote. I was afraid it was gonna be exactly the same thing, but at the very least, like, she doesn't have all the odds stuck against her. She just sucks at being social, which I can relate. I mean, not personally. I'm pretty good socially, but I understand what it's like, and she's struggling through it. The comedy is all right. Some jokes are a little overused, but it has potential. The character seems very fun, and if she bonds with new classmates every episodes, I think it has potential for being a really interesting one. Wouldn't be the one I would recommend the most, but if you're looking for a slice of life comedy anime where character struggles a lot. I think it's a really good one. You just have to give it like the full first episodes to appreciate. Don't drop halfway through. Um, what do I think about Goblin Slayer? Really good first episode. Episode 2 kind of dropped the ball. Episode 3, mm, haven't watched the rest since then, so I'm not sure. I don't know how it ended for the first season. It's possible we're gonna get another season. Not sh- I'm not sure. Hitori is cute AF. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Now, Crow, talk about Mirror Tights if you do not, you're not a man of culture. Mirror Tights hasn't aired yet, so I don't know what's gonna be about. I mean, I know what it's gonna be about. Remember the anime Make a Disgusted Face and Show Me Your Underwear? Kind of like that, except it's tights. It's tights flavored. So it's girl wearing tights. The episodes are gonna be really short. I'm gonna get to it eventually through this list of anime it showed later on. I think I'm gonna enjoy hating it. Is what I want to get. Brian Prey, keep up the great review. Always come here first for each season. Thank you so much. Thanks, my man. Thank you so much. You guys have been awesome, by the way. Sorry. Again, this cough is actually killing me. Um, Next one on the list, we have Senryuu Shoujo. I like it. I like what it's doing. The episodes are kind of short. I think it's 12 minutes per episode. It's a 4 column manga, so again, it's an anime where the progression is going to be very light. It's mostly focused in character interaction. Basically, the girl is mute. I mean, she's not mute. She just doesn't like to talk in public. So everything she says is written down on a board that she shows everyone, and she always speaks in haikus. Sorry, haikus is the anime. Haikus, the 5 syllables, 7 syllable, 5 syllables, but they're in Japanese. So as they're being translated back, it doesn't follow the format of 575. Unless you speak Japanese, then it does. But the subtitles are kind of janky. I'm not sure if they're gonna do a dub, but if they do, I'd be so interested in seeing how they would translate them, because they'll have to follow the format of haikus because it's the premise of the anime. So I'm fascinated to see if they're gonna do a dub. If they are, it's one I would watch. The characters are fun. A story about a girl that starts bonding with a delinquent looking guy, but he's actually a sweetheart. So, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Best anime that didn't come from an adaptation. On the top of my head, I can't really think of one. I don't know. Has Misty covered Senko-san yet? I have, yeah, it's super good. Shometsu Toshi. Oh, I did not like this one, and I'm really disappointed because it's from Madhouse. Um, Misty, please never stop making content. I love your video. I love your bald little head. My favorite baldy in the whole world. Thank you for existing. You make my life better, and I want to hug you. Thank you so much. But yeah, back to Shometsu Toshi. I think it has a cool premise, but it didn't have the budget to go with it. It looks kind of bad, kind of really bad. I don't know. Madhouse doesn't usually like cut corners, but who's the one that did who's the director for this one? Want to see what else he did? Yeah, how about Bugaki Bloodline wasn't too bad. Bokura, that was good. Bunno Examdo was amazing. Yeah, so I think it's just they did the Sekamichi no Apollo. I think it's a question of budget for this one, because the premise, the characters were all right. It just looks bad, and I can't really explain it why. Maybe it was rushed. Maybe it was just lack of financing. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, Kono yo no ate de koi wa uta shoujo yuno. That's one I haven't seen. I thought I had seen them all, but no, I haven't seen this one. I'm not really sure for this one. Sorry for the one person that was hoping for me to talk about it. Seems all right. I mean, I haven't heard anything about it either, so I can't really say. Kono Oto Tomare, really interesting one. It has a vibe of visual novels, mind blowing, slow burner, but insane plot. Okay, okay, maybe it'll build up then. Um, I'm hoping because I'm gonna get back to it. I want to see what's about because I want to watch everything. Um, it's like the premise seems fun, and if you're saying the visual novel is outstanding, then I'll look forward to that. But from what I'm seeing, the score is kind of mellow so far, so I'm not really sure. Back to Kono Oto Tomare. I like it. I really like it. The characters are fun. They have a lot of depth and a lot of flavor. A little bit too much misunderstanding going on in the first episode for my liking, but and another thing that kind of pissed me off is the fact that they never played the instrument in the first episode, and I was hoping to hear it to kind of have an opinion about the whole thing. But I'll keep watching it. It has potential to really grow and have a really cool ending. I think it's unbelievable that there would be a full club of Kono. Yeah, no, sorry, I was right. Kodo. Kodo is the instrument. Got mixed with the title. Um, I don't know. It's too early to tell, but I have good hopes for this one. Hey Misty, have you watched Charger Girls? I have. It's just all right. Uh, am I gonna do a separate video of top 10 spring anime, or are you gonna leave it with this? I'm gonna do an actual top 10 list like I always do for my seasonal stuff. I just want to wait until everything has aired so I have footage for everything rather than just being like I am doing right now talking about the lineup. And it also gonna give me like more than one episodes to watch some of the popular stuff. Gunjo no Magmel. Kind of divided about this one. I like I like the premise. I like the concept of it. The characters seems fun, although a little bit overpowered for reasons that haven't been explained. It seems to be like an episodic kind of anime where every episode is a different scenario, so there's not gonna be a lot of progression. But I don't know. Could be interesting. Probably not one that I'm gonna watch entirely because, like I said, every episode is different. So I feel like you've seen one, you've seen every. Um, Kono Oto Tomare already got confirmed for a second season. That's interesting. Uh, that's really cool then. Yeah, because I don't think 12 or 13 episodes is gonna be enough for it. There's too many characters and everyone seems to be really fleshed out. So I don't really think 12, 13 episodes is gonna be enough for it. But yeah, back to Gunjo no Magmel. Premise is about a new continent surfacing in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and people go there to investigate, do research, and like it's basically a Monster Hunter quest where you pick up garbage and bring it back. It's valuable. Big monster to defeat, and I like the ambience of the island, the continent rather. The characters are fun. The visuals kind of iffy by moments, but not really a deal breaker in my case. Mm, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get bored out of it after a few episodes, but right now, it's kind of interesting. Will I watch Kimetsu no Yaiba? Yeah, I want to see more when the main character actually gets to be fighting stuff because right now it's kind of it's kind of not doing much. I think the first episode of Gungeon no Magmel was pretty good. I agree. I think it was really solid. But the fact it's an episodic kind of anime kind of leave me lukewarm about the whole thing. If it was a story with an actual plot progression, I would be so much more into it. But the main character is already a badass, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of room for just improving. So I'm not sure. Could get better. Sarazanmai. Oh, what a dice of the roll is this one. Sarazanmai is kind of a cultural anime. Um, it covers the lore around a mythical creature in Japan called a kappa, which you may have seen if you go on Twitch often. Kappa is it's kind of a troll, not really, but a little bit. It's a little bit of a troll, troll-like creature that lives under the bridge, and the main characters, there's three of them. They get transformed into kappas, and sounds so stupid when I put it like that. And they have to do some quests through bonding together. It's weird. I've seen one episode. I don't really hate it, but I'm not really too much into it either. I think it's if you enjoy Japanese lore and the cultural aspect, you're gonna like it. It has a little bit too much 3D CGI in it. It's a little overbearing for some people. They camouflage it in some ways, but essentially, I don't know. I need to see more episodes to have a better mind of it. I think it has a lot of potential. I'm not hooked in on it yet. Thought on Tsugumomo getting a second season. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm happy for it. I talked about Tsugumomo like earlier this week in the anime of the week, so I'm excited to see another season for it. Sorry. John loves anime. It's just a clusterfuck. Yeah, kind of. Nobunaga Sensei no Osanazuma. I like it, but I also kind of hate it at the same time. The premise is a guy that's called Oda Nobunaga, which is the same name as um, like an actual historical general in Japan. He has the same name as him, and there's a girl that travels in time and get to the current year, and she's like 14/15, and she is the wife of Oda Nobunaga. So she wants to have him impregnate her, but again, he's like an older dude and she's a teen, so it's kind of weird. There's got like a big vibe of statutory rape, and I don't get into that so much, but I think the comedy is interesting. Could be fun, but there's a lot of like it's not really pedophiliac because they're not children; they're just teens. But no, this is just weird statutory stuff. So I don't get it. Joshi Kousei. Here is probably the anime that everyone hates a lot, but I disagree. I think it is fascinating in a sense. Joshi Kosei is episodes that are done in about 3 minutes, but the gimmick of it is that there is no spoken dialogues of the characters. It's all situational awareness and visual gags. And I think it's funny. And I think it's also very impressive, kind of in the same spirit than how Senryuu Shoujo does the haiku for everything. Joshi Kosei has an I don't know. It's gimmicky, and I like how they do it. The fact there's no dialogue and they still manage to do jokes. I don't know. It's probably because I've seen so much that I like something new every now and again. But yeah, no, I don't know. It has like a vibe of Azumanga Daioh and Lucky Star for the gag energy and everything. So I think it's a little bit too underrated for my bridges. Any good horror anime this year that you can recommend? I mean, Kimetsu no Yaiba could fit in the horror category from the season. Do I read the One Punch Man manga? Not right now. No, I was waiting for season two. Might pick it up after to see how many changes they did. The manga of Joshi Kousei was interesting. The anime was kind of weird. I mean, it's low budget, so I get it. But at the same time, I like how they do it. So knowing how it's actually low budget and just meant to be like a filler between actual series, I like it. I'm okay with it. What do I think about Fairy Gone? Not enough content right now, so I'm waiting for it to have a little bit more fleshed out because it's kind of have the same vibe as Occult Kumen. I think it has a lot of potential, but right now there's not enough stuff out, so I can't really say much about it. So yeah, it's just interesting right now. I hope they improve upon it, but with just one episode at the moment, it's kind of empty for me. Diamond No Ace Act 2. Really loved the first season. Really interested in seeing where they're gonna go. Um, Always have been a sucker for baseball, so every anime that's airing, there's like a lot of anime this season that is about baseball. I think Diamond No Ace is the best one of them, and yeah, uh, I mean it's baseball. It's a shonen and its characters are fun, so I recommend it. Pick it up if you enjoy sports anime. Otherwise, just move along. One Punch Man manga is super good. Yeah, the author of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho is so good at making stories and fun characters that I would expect the manga to be really good. Sorry again. Joshi Kosei, one chapter equal one episode. It would have been better if one episode was three, five short chapters. Yeah, but every episode is like it's 3 minutes, so you can probably condense all episodes into one big episode that would be like 20 minutes for everything, and you would have like the equivalent of that, which I'm sure people are gonna edit together at some point. They're just gonna like make a compilation of all the episodes in one. Um, why is there so many cut content on that time I got reincarnated as a slime? I don't know. Uh, Executive decision, probably. Um, hey, Misty, is there any dumb hammer this season? I'm not sure what you mean. Thoughts on all the short form this season? Some are really good, some I really like, and others are kind of meaningless to me that I'm just gonna drop. But there's more shorts anime that I'm interested in than usual, so we're gonna see where that goes. 12 minutes episode would be nice. Doesn't need 20 minutes. I think it would get old if it was in a 12-minute format because the fact that it doesn't have any dialogue is really gonna pull on some people. So having it at 3 minutes episodes, I think, is a good decision. I don't know. It's probably like a personal taste thing. Next one. Haraya-san oreto aitsu ga onayo de. That's a hentai. That's a softcore one. I watched the first episode on YouTube and realized that a lot of stuff was cut out, rightfully so, cause it's hentai. I mean, it's softcore. It's softcore, and Araya-san is not good. It is, no, I don't. I hated it. Honestly, I hated it. It's a guy that walking in a girl's bathroom where a lot of girls are like in an onsen, which is like a hot spring kind of thing. And he starts to wash the girls, but it turns into some kind of molesting, which is just in poor taste for me. So no, I didn't like that one. Robi Hachi, haven't seen it. I wanted to watch it, I forgot to watch this one, so I'm not so sure. Um, I don't know. I don't have an opinion about it. Sci-fi space, poor rating. I think everyone kind of agrees is just average at best. So, uh, I skipped the occult anime. No, I kind of talked about it a little bit. I haven't seen enough to like. I need more episodes to have a better opinion of it. I think it's an interesting premise, but overall, as it stands right now, if it follows the manga, I think it's gonna be really good. But I'm not sure right now. Robi Hachi, I haven't seen, like I said, so sorry if you wanted me to talk about this one. Hachigatsu no Cinderella 9, it's a baseball anime, just like Mix Meisei Story. Hachigatsu is worse than this one, I feel. This is just like girl playing baseball, so I mean, sports anime with girls is usually not as hype-ish. It's more about like making friends and having fun, rather than being good at the sports like in Diamond No Ace. So I don't know. Could have potential, but I'm not holding too much too much hype for it. Um, Happy belated birthday! Thank you so much. Nah, I don't. I saw it, but I have not a lot of expectations for it. Is there any season 2 for Outbreak Company? Not at the moment. Oh, Misty, how do you like One Punch Man so far? I like it. I don't hate it as much as most people do because I understand what happened, which I talked about earlier. Um, but yeah, no, I like it. I don't mind it. Not as much as what people do. Mix is a sequel. Yes, Mix is a sequel to Touch, which was a baseball story in the 90s, I want to say. Maybe early 2000? Or let me just check real quick. Oh, no, 85. I'm way off the mic. Yeah, it was a baseball story that was focusing around like a reverse love triangle. It's a very fun anime, but it's kind of long. It has over 100 episodes, so I don't think anyone would pick it up at this point. Mix Meisei Story is like a story that takes part like 26 years later. So I don't think it's kind of like Suzuka and Fuka in the sense that the story takes part like several years after the main one. I don't know. What do I think about Planetarian Hoshi no Hito? Really good if you watch the movie. Not so good if you watch the OVA because it feels like the movie kind of has like the equivalent of one extra episode, which kind of wraps up the story. So yeah, Planetarian, pick up the movie. Don't watch the OVAs. Strike Witches. Such garbage. My God, can you drop this franchise already? This is bad. It's bad, 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 bad. I mean, Strike Witches, the original, is whatever. It is fan service. Is girls doing girl stuff and kind of a bit of etchies around it. But this one is just nah. Put it in fire. Set it in fire and just get rid of it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yatogame-chan Kansatsu Niki. Haven't seen this one either. I thought I did, but probably skipped my radar. I'm not sure. Anyone has any opinion about this one? I haven't seen this one. Uh, I don't understand how JC Staff made this. Their animation is pretty good. Toaru, Toradora, and Machin, they weren't ugly. JC Staff also did Food Wars. It's not a matter of the studio, it's a matter of the director not being experienced enough. Hey, yo, Sam, what's up? Yeah, no, there's worse. Well, I mean, Strike Witches is probably one of the worst. Um what I was saying is, it's not a matter of the studio. JC Staff is, it's a case by case thing, and I think it's being rushed. It's being not experienced as much as the guy that was in charge of the first season, and overall just lacking in terms of experience. Um, Next one, Chokato Girl 1-6, Amazing Stranger, garbage anime, garbage premise. How can I put it? It's kind of a mix between Chobits and Handmaid May. Essentially, the premise is about an otaku guy that is absolutely unbearable, and he buys an action figure, like kind of like the ones I have in back here, and the action figure is alive, and it's his interaction about between him and her. Absolutely garbage. Do not waste your time watching this one. It sucks. It's really bad. Um, Namu Hamida Butsu. It has a bad score, but it's not so bad. Visually, I think it's quite pretty. Um, I think the reason it has such a bad score is the fact that it is a male anime. I mean, I'm not really sure if there's a term for that, but it's basically every character is a guy, kind of like Senju Ushi or I don't know, a lot of story where there's not even a girl in the story; it's just dudes and they're fighting demons. It's based on Buddhism, but I don't know enough to tell you about it. Essentially, every character is an enlightenment of Buddhist religion. Visually, it's cool. The action sequences are fun, but the characters, the fact they're all dudes, they hanging out together is just weird. I think it's an anime meant for girls, but the fact it's like super action heavy, it's a weird mix. Honestly, I'm not sure who's the audience for that one. In the same spirit, Bakumatsu Crisis is exactly like Namu Amida. Like it's all dudes, but instead of like being Buddhist, it's about samurai in the era. I don't know which era. I think it's a Shindo era. It doesn't really say, but I'm trying to look through it. Overall, it's not so good. Both of these one, they're not badly done. I think they're okay. It's just the fact that the characters are boring. Yes, I have talked about Sarazanmai. I think it's an interesting one, but I need to see more episodes to have a better opinion of it. I think it's too culture heavy to please a lot of newcomers. Besides that, it looks alright. It looks promising. Do you watch anime that is not from Japan? Sometimes, yeah. Uh, hey, Misty, what about Land of the Lustrous? It also has something about Buddhism. Yeah, Land of the Lustrous is really good, but it started being really bad at first, and people liked it after. So, not sure if it's the scenario we're gonna have here. Probably not. The fact it's all dudes kind of kill a lot of the male audience for the viewers. So I'm not really so sure. Any anime similar to Overlord coming this summer? There is Isekai Quartet that kind of has characters from Overlord. as far from the premise of like video games or isekai anime, there is Kenja no Mago, where you have an overpowered character going in another world. Besides that, not so much that's similar to Overlord. Happy birthday, Misty. Thank you so much. Did I watch High Score Girl? Yeah, absolutely loved it. Really good. And now we enter kind of the meaningless anime. Yakusei Million Archer Season 2. Sequel to the first season, which was just average. Cinderella Girl is Cinderella Girls based on Idol Master. Nobody's gonna watch that. Jimoto Got Japan is garbage. No one's gonna watch it. Aikatsu Friends, maybe some people would watch it, but it's a kid show. So unless you have an appeal for that kind of stuff, I doubt someone is gonna pick it up. Cinderella Girl again, it's just like another variance of Climax season. It's the fourth season, so it's like every episode is is 1 minute long, so it's super short. Beyblade Burst, it's Beyblade. If you like the previous season, you're gonna like this one, but I don't know. They keep changing the cast. It's just a little bit asinine for me. Cardfight Vanguard, I'm interested. It hasn't aired yet. They did a reboot for the series that follows more of the manga. This is a sequel to that reboot, so has potential. But if you watch it, you have probably the same appeal you have for Yu-Gi-Oh or other card games anime. Same for Duel Master. It's Duel Master. And Kirato Pri-chan's second season, kids anime for girls. I don't think anyone's gonna pick it up either. So, and these are just like the fillers that they have. So normally not a lot of people pick those up. So I'm gonna skip them. Like, you want to watch Lego Japan? Japanese anime for Lego? I highly doubt it. Wish I knew Japanese just so I could play all the Idol Master stuff. Yeah, they have really cool stuff. So if you like Idol anime like School Love Live or AKB 0048 stuff like that, they're really top of the chart. For the TV continuing, we have One Piece, which is I think finishing up the Big Mom arc. I read the manga all the way to the arc after the next one. Like, there's a tiny. I'm not gonna spoil it for people who are just watching the anime. Big Mom arc was kind of dumb. If you've been keeping up with it, I hated the part of Sanji just making another cake. I think that was absolutely stupid, and they should have just let Big Mom rampage her territory. But yeah, One Piece is One Piece. Black Clover, I haven't continued since episode 22, so I don't really have an opinion on what's going on right now. Tate no Yusha, I'm watching it as it airs, so really liking it. The new edition of the blue hair girl, I forgot her name, is I mean, it's all right. She could be fun, but I wish I could see her battle a little more because we've seen very little of her in action. I still like the anime very much. I'm gonna keep watching it. Boruto is not an anime I watched. Dororo I haven't watched since episode 1, so I'm gonna binge it once it's done airing, but that won't happen until this summer. So don't know. Detective Conan is an ongoing anime that just keeps dishing out episodes, but everything is kind of episodic or by arc sometimes. So if you like answering puzzles, here you go. Fairy Tail, I haven't kept going with it, so I'm not up to date. JoJo, amazing. Karakuri Circus, haven't kept up with it, so I don't know. And Shinchan is ongoing as usual. Gegege no Kitaro, super good too. So, but I mean, I like it. It's not for everyone. Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrain's garbage. Inazuma 11's whatever. if you're into football slash soccer, is whatever. Cardfight Vanguard is probably gonna wrap up because they has the sequel coming up right here in May. So we're gonna see where that goes. Zoid's Wild, not keeping up with it. Startwinkle Precure is just a Precure. I'm not keeping up with it. Sazae-san, I've seen a few episodes. This is an anime that's ongoing since the 60s, I think. It's the oldest anime ever. That's still airing. Yeah, 69. Every episode is 24 minutes long. They do it weekly. No one's watching that in the West. It's very popular in Japan though. Bono Bono, no idea what that is. You're kind of entering the garbage stuff here. Nothing that I know of that I've seen. These haven't aired yet, so couldn't even tell you about it if I had. And yeah, now we have the original net anime, the anime that just airs on the net. Seven Seeds. I'm not really sure what it is. It hasn't aired yet. It's an adaptation of Seven Seeds, which I haven't read the manga. It's an older one from. It just finished lately, so could be good. It has a good rating, so I'll keep an eye out for this one, but it hasn't aired yet. Ultraman is on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but my dad used to watch Ultraman when he was a kid, so I look forward to it. What do I call it, by the way? Football or soccer? I call it soccer. I know it pisses off a lot of people, but in Canada, no one calls it football because American football is just as popular as soccer, and it just is simpler for us to clear the confusion between the two. Like, American football doesn't have another name for it. It's just football slash American football. Soccer has football and soccer, so we're taking soccer to just make it clearer. Didn't I skip Occult Kumin? No, I haven't skipped it. I just don't have enough material to talk about it, so I just went over it kind of briefly. Meteor Tides hasn't aired yet. Seems to be a very kinky anime. I don't really have any opinion about it. I'm gonna wait until it airs, and I'm probably gonna complain a lot about it when it does, like I always do. These are not animes that I've seen. Dopo Kanguin, well, that's a Chinese anime, but it's a special, so nobody really care about it. But the actual series is pretty alright. Essential Free, don't know about this one. We got the Hentai's one now. The Hentai ones, yeah. The OVA, Fate Khalid, Liner Prisma is Fate Khalid, whatever. It's just OVA stuff. Nobody really cares about it. And it hasn't aired yet, so couldn't even tell you if I did. Kyocho Reto hasn't aired yet either. Bean Bandit hasn't aired. This one has. This one I watched. This one I hated. Tsuma ga Kire ni Natawake. It's a hentai. Full-fledged hentai. You get to see everything. It's pixelated, as every hentai are. The story is about a cuckold guy that hired a private investigator, and he finds out that his wife that has been taken care of, that pretends not to be into sex, is actually having an affair with another guy, and that's kind of where I dropped the anime. That's all I needed to know, and I don't really care for cuckolding and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to check it out, try it. There's only one episode out at the moment, I believe, and I think from what I remember, the episode was like 16 minutes long. It was stupid. Aikagi the animation Megane no Megami, Anodanshi no Tsumatachi wa, and Shoujo Kyoikuri. They're not aired yet, so can't tell you anything. There's not even a synopsis yet for them, so don't know. Movies. These are not movies that I've seen. I'm gonna go through them, but I'm gonna tell you ahead of time. Movies in Japan, they are airing in theaters, and before you can get an actual DVD release in the West, normally takes about a year, if not two, before we actually get them. So none of these I have seen. I mean, I can tell you about like whichever you'd like me to tell you, because most of them are related to an actual series. Iron Fortress, you got Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, Kent Kokoro, Hibike Euphonium. This one, I saw the trailer for it. Seems really interesting. But again, I think I'm gonna hate it because it's about a girl that just can't move on after a guy dies. Like her boyfriend, I think he's a boyfriend. He drowns at seas, something like that. It wasn't the trailer, so it's not super spoilery. And it's her trying to move on from seeing him in every ounce of water that she has. Um, the rest of the stuff is kind of meaningless, and then you have the special stuff that is not stuff that people are gonna watch. So that wraps up pretty much the spring lineup. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have a little bit extra time. I have maybe 10 or so minutes. If you guys want to rapid fire some extra questions that you want me to go through, I have a little bit of time to do that. And not really sure what the Bunny Girl Senpai movie is gonna be about. Maybe it's gonna tie up some loose ends, but I don't think they're gonna mess too much with it. And even if they do, it's a movie. It's not really paramount to the story, so yeah, there's nothing out for it. Maybe it's gonna be an alternate ending or something like that. Um, It's taking one of the girl arcs we haven't seen. Okay, so there you go. When do I watch and read? I usually dedicate a day or two to do that. I have hired an editor that works at my home, so he comes give me a hand with the editing for my videos. Hopefully, it should also lead to having more content for you guys to watch. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Uh, Hi Misty, I meant any dumb comedy this season. Yeah, there's a bunch. We Never Learn is kind of dumbish. Well, I mean, has its serious moments. Why You Hear Teacher is really dumb. Ao-chan's really dumb, but they're both like um, fan service, etchy stuff. Hitoribocchi, kind of dumb comedy. Besides that, Joshi Kousei, really dumb comedy. And that's all I can think of. Yep. Have I seen the new One Punch Man season? My thoughts about it? Yeah, I kind of had an extensive rambling about season 2 at the beginning of this live stream. So if you want to go back in time and watch that, you can do so. I made sure to talk like really extensively about it, so you'll find most of my thoughts about it at the beginning of the live stream. Sorry, just came on the stream. What's your suggestion for a guilty pleasure series for this series? I mean, I guess you mean for this season. Guilty pleasure anime. If you've seen every anime Isekai Quartet is about, I think this kind of guilty pleasure. Senseiga I kind of like. Ao-chan I kind of like also, but they would definitely fit the guilty pleasure because they're not really good. They're just dumb and turn your brain off type of anime. We Never Learn, guilty pleasure ish because I really like the manga. Besides that, that's the other ones are actual pleasure that I'm not really guilty of liking. What do I prefer, a half-hour episode special or a movie? Usually a movie because it can flesh out more details. What do I think of Ergo Proxy? Absolutely love it. Kind of dark, so I don't think a lot of people would pick it up. I mean, it's not really current, so unless you're searching for kind of obscure stuff, most people just skip on it. Is there anime that I hate? Is there any anime you hate that you like? There's a lot of anime I hate. Green Green I don't like. Umaru-chan I don't like. Any anime with cute traps? Danganronpa? Assassination Classroom? I don't know. What is the best site to watch anime for free? If you mean legally, I think you can watch some on Crunchyroll, but they have ads. Um, can't really think of that many, honestly. What are your favorite OVAs aside from Rurouni Kenshin? Why'd you have to take off Rurouni Kenshin? Um, it's hard to say. I like the one from Mirai Nikki because I think it changed the aspect of the story. From the top of my head, I can't really think of any. What anime would you recommend if I really like Mushishi? Um, Aria the animation. Let's see what people actually recommend for this one. Is Trinity 7 Movie 1 Eternity Library 2 Alchemic Girl getting a dub? Not sure. I wish it would. Natsume Yujincho, yes, absolutely. I agree with that. Mononoke, yeah, although the art style is way different, but the spirit is there. Area the animation, like I said. Haibane anime, kind of, if you want to pick it up. Spice and Wolf, yeah, has similar spirit. Bartender, I agree. Baken no Monogatari is a good one, but I don't think it's like Mushishi. And yeah, then it becomes like more Moyashimon, yeah, a little bit if you take the aspect of talking to creature. But yeah, um, I think I gave you a bunch of good ones. Trinity 7, not sure if it's gonna get a. The original did the actual series, but right now they haven't been any talk for. Yeah, it did get a dub, but there's no word for the movie. I hope it does. I really hope it does, but I'm not sure. Yeah, the more you scroll over something, it keeps like formatting the the text. So eventually, it eats all of the. It's because I mouse over most of the stuff. Um, Hey, just came here. What did I miss? Essentially, all of my thoughts about the seasonal list. So, if you want to go back at the beginning of the live stream, I cover all of the anime and talk about all of them. Opinion on No Game No Life: terrific. The movie is even better, and everyone should watch it. I talked about it in my top 10 Animal Girl. So yeah, if you want to have a little more detail about it, check it out. Um, any good post-apocalyptic world anime? Um, I like here and there, now and then. Here and there. This one. It's a little bit older. Desert Punk could fit in the post-apocalyptic world. Arguably, Owari no Seraph is also in the apocalyptic world. Trying to think about like what else is post-apocalyptic. Maybe no, not really. Yeah, these are the ones that come up to the top of my head. What is your best five anime according to Fight Not Mainstreams? All right, that's highly specific. I would probably put Prince of Tennis. Um, Ice Shield 21. But these are like sports fights. Food Wars would be in there. If I don't consider Food Wars to be mainstream. Um, History Strongest Disciple Kenichi. Not really mainstream. And trying to think about anything else that strike me particularly. I mean, Hunter x Hunter is mainstream, but fuck it, Hunter x Hunter, because it's so good. Do I like Konosuba? Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. What's my opinion on the Monogatari series? Very good, but not for everyone, and really hard to get into because it has a rhythm that is hard to follow for people. What do I think of a silent voice? I liked it for the most part. I like the premise. I like the the whole bullying aspect and the fact the girl is mute. I thought the sign language was an absolutely amazing touch to have in the movie, but I hated the ending. I didn't like how it just went nowhere. They didn't like the whole romantic aspect. They kind of just left out, and I hated that. Is Gintama worth watching? Depends if you want to invest a lot of time in a comedy anime. Because Gintama is foremost like at first it is a comedy and after that an action with plot. So focus more on the aspect of it being comedy, and if you like the type of humor they have, you're gonna like it. It's one of the cool ones because it has a lot of episodes that keep you. It can keep you going for a long time. Is there any anime similar to Danganronpa? Do you mean like the survival aspect? If you do, then I'd say Batum. I'd say Ultimate Survivor Kaiji to a certain extent, and Juni Taisen for like the survivor deal. Besides that, the King's Avatar. If you're a gamer, yeah, it's a really good one. And they're making a new season for it, so that's really interesting. Recommend me some hentai, please. Hentai is not really my forte. Discipline is good because it has a story. Um, Discode had nice visuals. Body Transfer had a cool premise. Those are the one that like, comes up to my top of my head. Yeah. Was King's Game the best anime ever? No, it's absolutely garbage, and you should be crucified for just bringing it up. So shame on you, shame. Speaking of which, new season of Game of Thrones coming out soon. I'm excited for that. It's not anime, but I wanted to bring it up. What is the anime you're guilty of watching? I don't have to be guilty about watching anime. It's my job. I can use it as an excuse of being like, yeah, it's my full time job. I gotta watch it. Any good anime I will enjoy if you like Tokyo Ghoul. Let's see what people recommend if you like Tokyo Ghoul. I'm guessing Attack on Titan is gonna be like one of the most recommended. Parasite, yeah, I agree. Yeah, there you go. Attack on Titan. Ajin, yeah, kind of. Deadman Wonderland is so good, but it just has one season. So yeah, if you have not seen Deadman Wonderland, Parasite, and Ajin, those are the top ones I would recommend for if you like Tokyo Ghoul. I mean, Poopa, but this is garbage, so don't watch it. Are there any good anime I will enjoy if I? Oh, that's the same one I just read. Sorry. Shigurui is scarring, literally. Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit scarring. uh, Opinion on Black Bullet is alright, but I don't think the lolly was needed. I mean, If the girl was a little bit older, it would have made uh, a better impact. I feel. Gun joke. um, are you sometimes tired of watching anime? Absolutely, all the time, all the time. Especially when it's not an anime I particularly enjoy, but I watch it because I am what someone would call a completionist, and yeah, sometimes I hate it. Uh, have I watched Elfen Lied? What do you think of it? I watched it several years ago. I think it has one of the best soundtrack of anime. I also really like the story, but I hated the episode with the dog. That's my take on it. Have I seen the remake of Fruit Basket? I've seen the first episode so far, and it looks really promising. Death Parade is so much better than Death Billiard. I watched Billiard first and expected to hate Parade as well, but I was wrong. Parade's ending left me in tears. Well, here's the thing. Death Billiard was the inspiration for Death Parade, and without Billiard, you wouldn't get Parade. So, honestly, I really like Death Billiard. I think it was just an open ending, and a lot of people probably hated that. I was really interested. It's what got me interested in watching Death Parade after. So yeah. Uh, what's the meaning of life other than watching anime? Uh, being happy, I think, is what I would boil it down to. If you're happy in life, then I think it's the most meaningful thing you can do out of it. Opinion on the first episode of Kenja no Mago. You can go back in time through the live stream. I talked about everything that just aired this season. Um, I like it, but it's kind of dumb, and I think they can drop the ball very easily on it. But they could make it interesting. I don't know. I need to see more. It's kind of childish at the moment. My thoughts on JoJo, the same as everyone else, is amazing. What fantasy anime do you love? There's several. Uh, Legends of the Legendary Heroes is one I recommend a lot because not a lot of people have seen it. Hey Misty, is there any anime this season that had Sundre in it? What is Sundre? Um, I'm not sure what that means. Sorry. Uh, what would be your favorite old anime like Marmalade Boy or Boy Over Flowers? Like girl ones? Uh, maybe Gakuen no Alice, but that's not super old. Gakuen Alice was interesting. That was kind of like Harry Potter ish. It's from 2004. It's not like terrifically old. Boy Over Flowers. Hanayori Dango. I'm gonna get to it through the Touch. We talked about Touch earlier. Touch was really good. Mm, Marmalade Boy, yeah, as everyone. Peach Girl, but it's not super old. What do they have to say about Marmalade Boy? Yeah, I'd recommend Touch if you haven't seen it. You like Shinsekai Yori? Absolutely, yes. Mm. Opinion on Haikyuu? Really liked it. I didn't expect to love it so much, but the characters were fun, and my favorite character is I think his name is Yamaguchi, the guy that does the serve. Well, he's mostly done as there as the serve guy. What is the anime? The name of the enemy girl on Misty Chronexia's avatar. My avatar. It's from Chronexia and the Eight Seals. Also, My Hero Academia Season 4, am I excited for it? Yes and no. It's not my favorite arc in the franchise, but I think they're gonna nail it regardless. So yeah. Hi, Misty. Sorry, girl that like the main characters, but say and act like she doesn't. Oh, tsundere. Um, I haven't seen that many tsundere anime for this season. Trying to quickly glance through it. Maybe Kenja no Mago has this red girl that's kind of tsundere. Yeah, you could argue that Ao-chan is tsundere. Besides that, can't really think of any other one from this season. Yeah, as a quick glance, nah, no, I don't think there's a lot of tsundere character. Um, Totally understand the completionist aspect. I'm not technically an anime fan, but a manga fan, and I've seen some shit, but can't help as to finish them. Otherwise, it'll haunt me forever. I don't really have any qualms into forcing myself into finishing something, but I do want to force myself into watching as many franchises as possible to actually know enough about it to be able to talk about it. And that's kind of my completionist aspect. It's not watching everything that was ever made because that's downright impossible, but knowing enough to actually be able to talk about it as I do on my channel. Hi, Misty. Happy late birthday. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys swinging by and hanging out with me this this morning or this evening if you're in a different time zone. Could you suggest any anime similar to Erased? Depends what aspect you like of Erased. I think if you haven't seen Monster, it's one absolutely worth picking up. Otherwise, let's see what they have to offer. Steins Gate? No, not so much. I mean, there's time travel involved in it. I get it. Real life, so. ReZero, not really. Promise to Neverland? Kind of. A little bit. Shinsekai Yori, absolutely. Lankyo no Terra? Not so much. Monster, absolutely. Yeah, that's the one I would recommend if you have not seen it. The sister in Kimetsu no Yaiba is really tsundere? Not really. Not before she gets corrupted. She's not tsundere, and once she does, she's just crazy. It's more yandere than tsundere, if anything. Have I seen The Promised Neverland? I need to know what it is about. I got confused at the episode 1. Yeah, I've seen The Promised Neverland. Basically, it's children that try to find a way to escape a farm that is the sole purpose is to harvest children and make them meal for monsters. So yeah, it's a really cool premise, and if you like the cat and mouse battle you have in Death Note, you kind of have the same feel in Promised Neverland. Hey Misty, here's my birthday present. Check out the channel Anime America. Yeah, I know about Robin. Anime America. She is a girl that also does Top 10. She's really cool. If you guys want to check her out. Misty, do you ever get tired of anime? Would you still be watching if it wasn't your job? Yes and no. I do get tired depending on what show I watch, but for the most part, like I work more about like just getting to know stuff than just watching series because a lot of series I've already seen, so I just have to keep up with the new stuff that comes out. Um, would I still be watching it if it wasn't my job? Yes, but not to the same extent that I am doing it. So I would just be like keeping up with the stuff that I'm really enjoying. But then again, like if it wasn't my job, I would probably miss a lot of the stuff that I like. So it's a it's a 50-50 shot. Thank you, dude. I swear the similar anime on Mal are broken 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, that's why I kind of like to go back like through them and be like, this yes, this no, this yes, this absolutely not, and do it my way. I kind of wanted to do a video where I just talk about like anime recommendation from my anime list and give my 2 cents about it, but it's hard to like. Probably gonna do that as a live stream one time where I just go through my list recommendations that they have and tell you my thoughts about it. We'll see. It's a fun thing I like to do. Sorry, Mr. Chronexia, I can't hear it well. My phone volume is lower than I expected. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. You're so cool. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Why is something still considered isekai if the original world only shows up at the beginning of the anime and the anime is basically a fantasy? Because the character isn't from that world. The isekai isn't the fact that they travel from one, it's that he originates from an other world that is not his own. So that's why they're called isekai anime. Sorry, what did I think about Hinomaru Zumo? Haven't watched it all, but I really loved the first episode that I saw, and I was planning on watching the rest of it once it was done airing. I'm a sucker for sports anime, so I think I'm gonna like it. I read the manga in Japan in 2015 when I went there, and I was really excited about it. I was so happy when they made an anime about it, so I'm looking forward to watching it when I have some time. I recommend Shuffle if you love yandere. I mean, that wouldn't be my biggest selling point for Shuffle. There is a girl that becomes yandere in it at some point, but if you want a yandere girl, Mirai Nikki is usually the titular title for the job. Um, Higurashi also has yandere in it. Trying to think who else is notorious for that. Yeah, from the top of my head, those are the ones. Dude, he read my comment. That's lit. 2 in a row. What's up? You got it going, man. You definitely should give your opinion on the reviews too. Anyway, man, been a fan for ages. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Thanks for swinging by. Recommend me an anime like Seven Deadly Sins. It's hard to do because like, what aspect did you like of Seven Deadly Sins? Do you like the shonen or the adventure aspect? If you like the adventure aspect, check out Hunter x Hunter. If you like the shonen, then recruiting characters as you go through. Let's find out what they have to say about it. Seven Deadly Sins. I can make a kill. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Fairy Tale? No, not really. Akatsuki no Yona? Yeah, that's a good recommendation. And Roku no Yusha, yeah, those are like the 3 ones I would recommend. I can make a kill, Akatsuki no Yona, and Roku no Yusha. I feel like they're the one that encompass the spirit of Seven Deadly Sin the most. I always enjoyed the world build that exists in isekai anime. Yeah, that's probably why they're so popular. Thoughts on Golden Boy? Very fun comedy. A little bit outdated. I don't think a lot of people would pick it up nowadays unless you're really focused on the completionist aspect. Or you want something new. Make a new series where you analyze anime reviews and debunk them or agree with them. Actually, I'm making a new Sorry about that. I'm making a new series where the purpose is to tell you what to expect in an anime before you watch it. So we're gonna try it out soon. So expect that maybe next week. You should watch Senryuu Girl. I did. I am really interested by it. Are you looking for Ari Fureta? Which one is that one? Oh, that hasn't come out yet. No, I don't know anything about it. It comes out this summer, so I'll look into it once it starts airing. Do I like Sagrada Reset? Plot twist. I didn't hate it. I think it was slow. It was very slow. The pacing, I mean. How do I feel about ReZero? That scene with Rem with you as hard as it did with me? Not as much because I kind of expected it. Um, I like it. I've been looking forward to season 2. Could you recommend me some anime if I like Nichijo? Daily Life of High School Boys. Um, fuck, what was it called? Shit. I'm trying to remember what's the three girls that are in the classroom, and one of them is blonde, and she's supposed to be English, and she's actually just Japanese. I'm gonna check if they put it in the recommendation. Come on. Yeah, Asobi Asobase, that's the one. If you like Nichijo, Asobi Asobase is gonna be right up your alley. Have I seen Kenja no Mago? I've seen the first episode. I talked about it earlier during the stream, so go back in time and check it out. Do you know Anime Mirai Nikki? Yeah, I talked about it earlier as well. Those Who Hunt Elves and Hell Hazard are pure classic gem in the isekai genre, and no one has talked about it. Those Who Hunt Elves? Is that the hentai, or I'm thinking about something else? Okay, no, I'm thinking about something else. I haven't seen this one. That's the sequel, though. Yeah, I haven't seen this one. Yeah, that's Tsubasa. You guys are right. Uh, Hi, Misty. Is there girl with white hair this season? Good question. Let's find out. Let me just go back in time. I mean, it's not a girl, but Gato has white hair in One Punch Man. ReZero and Isekai Quartet? Kind of. Not a girl. There's gonna be one in the teacher one. There's gonna be one in the Kitsune Fox girl. But not yet. There's a blonde girl in Carole Tuesday, if that counts. There's gonna be one in Senryuu Shoujo later on. And that's about it, I think. In anything that's meaningful, so yeah. Thoughts on Overlord? Really good. Do I like Soul Eater? Yeah, I really like it. Misty, dub or subs? Neither. I usually like watching Raw. How about that? Sub is distracting, so I watch sub if I can't find the Raw for it. But I don't mind dub if it's done well. What genre are you most tired of? Mechas, harem, and the bad isekais. The good ones I don't mind because they're still fun, but they have to be done in a certain way for me to enjoy them. Korewa desu ka? Do you mean Korewa zombie desu ka? If you do, that one is amazing, and I recommend people to check it out. What can you recommend if you like Seitokai Yakuindamo? The anime called Koe de Oshigoto. I'm gonna put it here. It's an OVA. It's 2 episodes, but it's so funny. You're gonna love it if you enjoy Seitokai Yakuindamo. Yeah, anyway, as expected here. Also, Bigata HK could be up your alley. Do I have a top 10 of anime with older characters? No, I don't think I do. Hey, Misty, have you seen Nurara Hiron no Mago? I have. It's terrific and is super underrated. Which characters do I hate with all of my soul? The trio of dumb characters in Green Green. I have never hated a bunch of people more than I did for these guys, and Umaru-chan from Umaru-chan. fucking hater. Um, what would you recommend me since I like Bako? Shirobako? If you like Shirobako, maybe you're gonna enjoy Bakuman. But this one is about like making a manga rather than an anime. Uh, Besides that new game, if you like making a game, they have a cool, interesting approach about it. But this one's more like slice of life ish. Am I going to be posting the stream later? Yes, it's going to be uploaded as an archive, so you can watch it, or just go back in time straight up and watch it as it is right now. You can just like take the cursor at the bottom, swing it back at the beginning, and check out the cool stream that you missed out. Is there a good isekai this season? There is a isekai anime this season called Kenja no Mago. It could go either way. Depends on how they. There's a reverse isekai anime with Sawayaki Kitsune no Senko-san, where she comes from another world. Technically, you could put it in an extreme and say Carole Tuesday is an isekai anime because it's on Mars and they're technically from Earth. But that's really putting it as a stretch, and it's not an isekai per se. Gunjo no Magmel feels like an isekai anime, but it's not. It's just like a new world that has appeared on Earth. And yeah, no, that's everything that I can put like to a certain stretch on it. Best harem and ecchi anime coming this spring. We Neverland. The censor. I keep saying censor. The Sensei one and Aochan. As for the ecchi ones, probably what I would recommend. Have I seen Inuyasha and did you like it? I have and I love it. Inuyasha is another isekai anime, so yeah, there you go. Hey Misty, there was an anime I watched where the main character died and he did not. It also this was for over. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to understand your English and it's a little bit hectic. I'm not sure. I don't know. Here's that Coco Tenkenden. Coco Tenkenden. That do you mean the King Crit? Let's see. Tenkenden. No, you do not. You do not mean the King Crit. Haven't seen this one. It's a shoot fighter Tekken. No, I haven't seen this one. Do I like Recreator? If yes, which character you like the most? I didn't mind Recreator, but it wasn't like a show that I enjoyed so much. Wait, Danmachi is getting a season 2, right? Yes, it's getting a new season, and I'm really excited for it. Any yaoi recommendation? What was it called? Junjo Romantica is a really good one. Yuri on Ice, if you, it's not really yaoi, but it has a little bit of yaoi spirit in it. And Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. I was trying to remember the title, but yeah. Is the new Fox anime worth watching in your opinion? Yeah, I think it's a really good one. But it depends what the other episodes have in store. But I really like the first episode. Love your videos, bud, and have a question for you about an anime I'm looking into watching. Sure, go ahead. The King's Avatar will get more episodes. Yeah, I think there's a new season that just released. Um, or that is coming out. Yeah, it's coming out this summer, so yes, it is getting a new season. Yami no Matsue is an amazing yaoi. Even though I'm not into it, the story is kind of amazing. There you go. If you're into yaoi, try that one out. And this is it. I am gonna wrap up the stream with this. Thank you so much for everyone who came during the stream. I hope I can see you again next week. We're gonna do another fancy stuff, and you can expect some new videos coming out earlier Monday. I have something almost done and ready that I'm finishing up the final touch on it, and you can expect that. And that's it. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much for the donation, for everyone who gave anything for my birthday or just to support the channel. It's really appreciated. And I hope I can see you next time. Take it easy, and I will see you soon. Bye.